Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. I'm the Mysterious JG, and I'm trying to squeeze in a couple of videos when I don't really have time. So this should be, by my count, video 5 of the LP. It's my second recording session. I'm hoping to get in 2, maybe 3 videos. So at this point I've had enough time to see audience response to the first 3 of 4 videos that have already been recorded. And as always, you know, usually comments are pretty positive. More likes than dislikes, etc. Nobody really freaked out too much about the graphics quality, which I was a little worried about. There's always a big drop-off between video 1 and video 2. And I'm like, oh man, please don't tell me I'm starting a series as long as Mass Effect and nobody's gonna be following along. But you know what? I don't even fucking care. I love this game, so I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna enjoy it. And it's only really daunting if I think about going all the way through 2 and 3. I've been playing Mass Effect 3 when not recording, basically because starting this LP got me on a really big Mass Effect kick. And then I just wanted to like play, and I kind of realized that I was going to be getting ahead of what anybody had time to watch if I just recorded Mass Effect non-stop. Especially what with my current situation. I've got I don't want to whine about real life stuff, but I've got more time to LP than I was expecting to have. Anyway, my point is, I'm in kind of a weird spot because I'm coming back and I'm let's playing this, but then, pardon me, bump the mic. Or not let's playing this, I'm also simultaneously not recording a Mass Effect 3 playthrough with Renegade FemShep, because I never actually finished 2 playthroughs of Mass Effect 3. I started playing Mass Effect 3 as soon as I got back, more or less, from Afghanistan, and finished it once, and that was fine, and now I'm finally getting to do all the Renegade stuff, and it's fun, but it's going to be weird to come back and play A as male Shepard, and B, being all virtuous and nice, when my Renegade FemShep is just like, she's slaughtering thousands of innocents for no reason occasionally at these like really melodramatic decision points are given. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Mass Effect 1. And we just finished our first mission on Eden Prime. Shepard, a little shaken up. He came across some kind of strange... Well, first of all, quick plot recap. We were going on what was supposed to be a milk run. We were testing the Normandy, which is an Earth ship, with new stealth systems. Pardon me. Top of the line, state of the art, and honestly, you don't hear very much about other ships using stealth drives in this game. But I see Shepard's getting bored trying to keep loose while he waits for me to finish talking. But yeah, so we were just supposed to go pick something up, a Prothean artifact. Prothean being this kind of mysterious precursor race that we and some of the other alien species that we will be introduced to throughout the game have all found traces of a species that existed before us. Who had a great galactic civilization that collapsed. And no one is exactly sure why. Sort of a Van Daniken, did aliens come along into our past and interfere with blah blah blah? Yeah, whatever. But the point is, we found this ancient alien artifact, but well, we went there to get this artifact and bring it to some place to study. But there's an unexpected military operation going on. There were alien robots called Geth attacking the colony, turning the humans there into some kind of like, you know, weapon drone creatures. And they were being led, it seemed they were being led by someone named Saren, who is supposed to be part of the, you know, the mainstream good guy government, because another backstory here was that we, Commander Shepard, were sort of being observed, and it's a trial run for us becoming the first human Spectre. Spectres being this kind of elite ninja squad of the universe, and some of the happy Federation-style friendly aliens who have been working together. But unlike the Federation of Star Trek fame, the Federation in this world, which isn't really called the Federation, but the humans are kind of a lower member of it, and they're not really that widely accepted, and we've been pushing for more. And Shepard is like going to be the poster boy that we're going to like make him part of this like super elite justice squad called the Spectres, and it's all going to be totally cool. And this mission was supposed to be his trial run. But instead, one of the members of the super elite justice squad is like leading an army of alien robots and killing humans, and basically we don't really understand exactly what happened, except that we were betrayed, and now we're going to head for the main seat of super good guy government and tell them what happened and try to get some answers. So let's talk to Joker.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to, like, hit stop record until you shut up and got your shit together and stopped recapping, and then we were going to start recording. Funny. See, this looks pretty nice on my TV, but then when the capture is just not quite up there. Although even on my TV, when you get close-ups of the people's faces, there's this sort of, I don't even know what to call it, this kind of palatalization effect.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Really makes you...
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
It really makes you think.
Look
it's
at
so
that
impressive.
Monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any
It
ship
totally
in the
makes
Alliance
you
fleet.
think that it's like
Good
petty
thing
to
it's on our
complain
side.
about little bits of
Citadel
pixelization on people's faces.
Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance
Transferring you to AT&T.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Okay, so the Alliance is like Earth.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to dock 422.
The Citadel is the center of, multi-alien species government called the Council. But the Alliance represents humanity. So that's just kind of part of what's confusing. The Citadel. One of my favorite settings.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
Capitalize the
The
letter T in
Turians
Turian.
don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand
I demand to
action.
know what you know about
You
Saren.
don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Mr. Anderson.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
Wow.
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Yeah. So Bobo explained to me that the T in Turian should be lowercase because you wouldn't normally capitalize the H in human. And I can't help but think that the grammar rules would be different if humans were amongst many sapient species, but that's the convention they follow here, so... If they start capitalizing other alien species names, but not the T in Turian, then I'll assume the game is racist against Turians. At any rate, it's time for us to choose up and to the right to be paragons instead of renegades.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
That doesn't sound that different from a renegade.
Settle
answer.
down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres.
First of all, you were human.
The
What's that
mission
about?
on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
So Nihilus couldn't get it
That's
done.
Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing.
Your monkeys can stay here.
Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Always make sure you have clearance to get in, bastards. Important locations are marked on your map. For active missions, key locations may be marked as a destination. Your radar will indicate the direction of a destination in exploration mode. Follow the pulsing arrow on your radar to the Citadel Tower. So we're in the Citadel, folks. The Citadel is like a kind of artificial planet almost. It's like a space satellite. It's like an arm, awkward like an ape. Sorry, it's the drunk history. It's like a space station, but it seems a lot like cooler, nicer place to be. It has a huge freeform area that you can walk around in this game. I believe it was so big. I mean, it can actually be kind of confusing to get around, and it's a borderline. Well, I mean, you can't see the whole thing here, but it's like borderline Final Fantasy 12 in there's so much space to walk around, and big chunks of it seem to be empty. And I think people complained because in future games, the Citadel is divided into tiny little sections that you travel around it through menus, like, you know, you go to the elevator and you click and you go to this floor and this floor, and there's no way to like walk and take the long scenic route and go between them. But in this game, it really is like a big open area, and it's pretty cool. This game is actually made up of several small, that's exactly the opposite I wanted to say, several large missions. There's a lot of really tiny little small missions in this game, where you just go into like a one-room area and you fight and you clear some objectives, rather. But it's actually really made up of only a very small number of plot-required missions, each one of which is set on a very large map, where you can, by and large, travel back and forth to different sections. Later Mass Effect games, which would mean 2 and 3, what am I kidding? Much more linear. They're made up of missions that are significantly shorter. Like, any given mission in this game is going to take any of the plot missions, in this game will take several videos to get through, because there's not that many of them, but they're all fairly involved. And the Presidium is kind of emblematic of how this game works. There's fewer locations, but the locations are much bigger and to me feel a little bit more like the people took a real interest in exploring them. So let's assume that we're not going back and redoing anything on Eden Prime and save here. And let's check in with our friends. They're not going to have very long conversations here.
Oh, they've built themselves quite the lake. Wonder if anyone ever drowned in it.
She's a cheery one.
Sure is peaceful here.
He's kind of got a generic thing to say. So, yeah. The Citadel is also part of... Like, Mass Effect is really my favorite of the Mass Effect games. Most people... It's like a Star Wars thing. Everyone likes the second one. Everyone loves Mass Effect 2. But the entire tone of the series is a much brighter, positive, more optimistic about the future tone in this game. Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 are both really dark. And I don't think I would have minded that if I hadn't played this game first, where it's actually, you know, our first mission is like a lot of bad stuff going on, but... Wow, that was easy. Alliance Patrol Report. Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argos Row Cluster. She had particular concerns about the Hydra system, but was recalled before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we want to send in a recon team? So that just gave us a little optional mission that we can go check out. And what we basically did is we went into Ambassador Udina's office and just hacked into his terminal just for shits and giggles. But yeah, this it's just a nice, positive, happy, bright...
I understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very serious. I can't just... This is serious. My reputation is at stake.
What the hell are you guys?
I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her alone, and she betrayed that confidence.
I'm very upset.
All right. I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
We'll learn about this species of alien later. They're kind of fun, interesting sideline in the game, but as we learn a little bit more about them, we find out it's actually rather odd that they were speaking to each other in English at all.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
You could
alarmed
butt the fuck out,
response.
human.
You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault.
Okay, sorry is
She's the
in
one who
lowercase,
started
that's the
all
species
this.
name. I'm gonna back off on the whole this game is racist against Turians thing. Consort?
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows Sha'ira, the consort.
Sounds like a rap star.
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Send her some dick pics, huh?
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Okay. So that's... We've gotten off to a rip-roaring start here with the Citadel, but this is pretty much what the Citadel is about. You wander around, you run into people, you have conversations, and you find little side stuff to do. So that was a Volus. We might find out more about the Volus by talking to this guy, who I believe is the Volus diplomat.
Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
What the hell is with the way you guys talk?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements.
I thought I smelled something.
Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do,
You're a small little man. I mean that quite literally.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly,
I
the
see
Elcor
through your
prefer
lies,
the safety
human.
and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
Do it now.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
Wow, it's really something to sit through all this Elcor dialogue.
Tell me more about your species.
What do you
Genuine
want from me,
enthusiasm.
human?
I delight in telling the history of my people.
Oh, I guess that's a...
It is agreeable to share our...
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine
I think all we've
enthusiasm.
got is culture and history.
I delight in telling the
So we
history of
could
my
also
people.
go down to Ambassador.
It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Shut the fuck up.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Besides, is it really keeping you quiet to give you an official title of Ambassador so you can bitch at them all the time?
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
Please don't rush off. So yeah, but the thing with these guys is that I asked about their culture and what did we learn? They like to be in small, tight-knit groups. The Asari found them, and now they're at the council, and now they're here. That's basically what we learned about these guys. They don't like change. They like to live. They have family groups. Thank you for learning about the culture of the Elcor. Now let's talk to Din Korlak, because he seems like somebody who's just anxious to have a pleasant conversation with us.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Uh-oh.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din.
No, really, we are in the wrong place. We were looking for the other office. Thanks, buddy.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
Is there a reason why in sci-fi in particular, but really in any fiction, ambassadors whose job is to create pleasant relations with others are always massive pricks? It's like, have you ever seen a Star Trek episode where the ambassador wasn't a douchebag? Secretly sucking away Troy's life or whatever? Why so cranky?
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming
We even
to the
took
Citadel.
over our home planet. We're still pissed about that.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Nice tight close-up of that guy, and presumably his helmet. I don't think that's what his face looks like.
What is it you do here?
Other than bitch.
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke,
Sounds like an easy
Din.
job, actually. The council doesn't listen to
The
him, so all
council
people
favors
tell him
your
problems, and just
species
shrugs, says, I'll do what I
greatly.
can, then goes and takes a nap in his
You are
office.
naive. The EarthClan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Well, I mean, if you guys had like a playable Volus character that I could put in my squad, maybe I'd care.
Why aren't the Volus or Elcor part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the EarthClans, it would seem.
Chastising rebuke?
Dismissive.
No.
Ignore the Volus ambassador, human.
Everyone else
He
does.
is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
Bah. Yeah. Man, I'm really not that... I gotta admit, I'm not that interested in what you have to say.
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the
Shepard's a
Elcors.
little slow on the uptake.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
He doesn't have to share with the fucking Volus. Oh great, now I'm
In this
doing
shared
it.
space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
You were just standing around.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you.
No doubt.
Clan.
But, you know, I could potentially make money off of you.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing
Oh, great.
a
They're the frickin'
standardized
Ferengi.
galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold
Another
a seat
hallmark
on the
of
council.
sci-fi with this notion that, you know, I mean, to get into really deep exploration of an entire species, fictional species, they do tend to be pretty simplistic in what they do, and they always tend to represent something about Earth society. So yeah, that's why you end up having, like, this is warrior race, this is merchant race. I mean, I think there'd be a little both. But apparently this is a combination of the merchant race and the bitchy race.
Tell me about Volus culture.
Don't have one.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again.
And we trade our
Our
own
society
people. Did
is
I mention
very
that? It's pretty
malleable,
messed up.
and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
I would assume that they're physically adept within reason on their own planet. I don't know what crazy atmosphere they have, whatever.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
And, what are you? Space Cricket? Could you, No, he's not going to talk to us. He's got a pretty nifty, life preserver on, though. Nice backpack. Alright, so, there, we got, all that talk gave us a little bit of background, and, introduce you guys to the idea of wandering around on the Citadel and just talking to lots of different folks. And, there's a door that doesn't go anywhere. And it got us a quest. We have to go find the Asari consort and talk to her. The Asari consort is presented as being a huge deal in the Citadel, which is why it's odd that, as far as I remember, she doesn't get mentioned in any of the other games. Wait, you are not Avina.
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
You are a receptionist who doesn't answer questions?
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
What's your name? What do
Who's
you do?
Your daddy?
My name is Safiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
You don't do anything, though. You just sit there and tell people to ask the automated system.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
So, she really didn't want to talk to us. There's Avina. I have even less tolerance for conversations with Avina than with most, because Avina is not a person, so she can't get offended if you don't feel like listening to her. Let's talk to her and then wrap this
and
up.
welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
Are you real? Oh my god, you're like a hologram. I live in space.
So are you a person or a program?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Oh, there's something I forgot to mention when talking to that, blue octopus-headed, receptionist. I forgot to go, ah! Because I've been playing Mass Effect 3, and I'm way too used to seeing those people without freaking out, going, ah! What the hell are you? This would appear to be a virtual reality who is modeled after one of the blue octopus people.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
Do you know anything about Spectres?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels.
If you can find them, you may be able to hire them. They are the agent.
Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium.
Naughty.
The Volus were the first non-Council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic
Okay, so
standard
they
years
still
ago.
don't have a seat on the
As
council, and
Citadel
it's been
space has
2,500
expanded,
years.
more
Maybe I can
embassies
see
have
how
been
they're
added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
By that same Volus. Why was humanity opposed?
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Who are these people? I'm gonna
Some
fucking kill them
species
all.
felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted
really
an
not that
embassy.
many species.
The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
You're asking a hologram.
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Idiot.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
Because they wouldn't
In the
shut up.
early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Salarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space.
But they were obnoxious.
They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
But why aren't they allowed on the Council? I don't think we ever
I want
really
to know more about
figured
Citadel
this out,
security.
so it doesn't matter.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters
Wow,
just
even the
across the
hologram
lobby.
is handing off Shepard. If you pursue everything in the dialogue trees, you do just really irritate people to death with the amount of questions they're asking.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council
go talk to the
consisted of
Citadel Council.
representatives
Leave me
from
alone.
the Asari and Salarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of
like,
qualified
holy
judgment.
shit,
My
stop
code is
asking
limited
your
to
questions,
information and
Shepard.
simple interaction simulations.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using
Whoa, we
Avena.
leveled up for
Please
talking
enjoy
to
your
her.
visit to the Citadel.
We got 1,000 XP for that. So there you go. I guess it was a good idea after all. I don't understand how the experience systems in this game work. I mean, I played through the game. I unlocked all sorts of stuff in this game. I've never really understood the experience system. Sometimes it seems like you're fighting guys and nothing much is happening, and then you talk to somebody who's like, we got 1,000 XP for clearing all that dialogue. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a video. When we come back, we'll quick spend the points, and the plot definitely has someplace it wants us to go. And honestly, as much as I like going off and wandering, I mean, it's a bit like Fallout New Vegas. I love wandering off and staying away from the main story as long as I can. But some of the places that we would want to go visit now, there won't be much going on, or there'll be fewer things going on, or we'll have to go back and visit again if we don't do a little bit of plot first. So I'm going to kick a little bit of plot into gear, and then we'll start wandering around the Citadel, having us a good time. I'm the Serious JG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time, where I promise not to speak to Avena. Bye-bye.